Probably heard that Claude is going to save you time and completely revolutionize your business, but you have no idea how to use it. So this video is going to get you started if you've never used Claude before and you're new to AI. Okay, so you want to type up Claude in your browser, Google, click that, and then make an account. This is going to allow you to use Claude's services, and you can go ahead and just click personal. Now at this point in time, you'll get hit with free or pro or max. Now, the pro is going to be the best $30 you've ever spent in your life, but if you don't want to do that, just use Claude for free, and then later, once you've discovered how useful it is, pay the money, right? Now you don't have to download Claude on your desktop computer, but that is really where you're going to get the most benefits, because co-work is going to be one of the most powerful software that you can operate your computer. If you're in a Mac, it can connect to Google Drive, it can connect to pretty much anything. And at this point in time, co-work is only available when you download the app. So let's go ahead and download it. All right, so you'll see this file up the top here called claude.dmg. Double click that to open it, and then you're going to drag it into your applications folder if you're in a Mac. Now, I already have Claude downloaded, so I'm going to hit stop, but you just it might ask you to hit open. But now that you're signed in, I'll give you a quick rundown of the most important features you need to learn. Okay, so now that you're in here, you might be overwhelmed as you won't have all this on the side here, obviously. But needless to say, it can be overwhelming. However, there's only a few things that you actually need to know. So starting off with probably the most important thing in any AI is going to be voice to text. So Claude actually have it with this button here, and then you would press the button, speak into it. And the reason that this is going to give you better results is because you can talk about twice as fast as you can type. And AI functions better with more information and more detail. And so being able to talk to the AI is going to be the first thing that you should be doing. Skip typing. Typing is too slow. You can't get enough information, and with typing, life is too short. Now, in saying that, there is situations where typing is better, but for 99% of cases, you're going to find talking to the AI actually to be the best course of action. Okay, but now that you know to talk to the AI, let's run down what the different functions of Claude actually are. So here in the left, we have the chat feature, and this is nothing special. This is, hey, how are you? And it responds back to you. You have probably already used this with other AIs like ChatGPT. Good, focused, what are we building? Obviously it can do a lot more than this, but I don't think I need to explain this any further. Now, over here is Claude Co-work. This is probably the coolest thing I think that AI has made so far for the regular person. And the reason I say that is because this is where you can connect to lots of different pieces of software that already exist. Google Drive, Word, make PDFs, pretty much anything that is going to make you money or help you in your work can be done in Claude Co-work. So to start connecting things, come over to the left and you click customize, and then you can add your apps. So if we hit here, it's where you add your Google Drive, Google Calendar, HubSpot, Notion, any piece of software you can add through here. And once you learn about skills, you can see them in here. Skills is pretty much just like training the AI on how to do things. Think of when you have a new employee, you need to train them on how to do X. That's what skills are. And now the third feature is Claude Code. And to be honest with you, and so if you're watching this video and you're wondering about what Claude Code is, I would just completely ignore it. I don't use it, and you'll get 99.9% of the productivity benefits by just using chat and co-work. Claude Code itself as a program or a software is very useful, but people who use Claude Code don't use it with this screen. They use it with a different screen, and that is how people typically use Claude Code. So you will really be using Claude Co-work and chat. Don't feel like you're behind for not using Claude Code in here. You will no doubt use Claude Code later once you're more advanced, but you'll be using it in a different piece of software, not here. Okay, now 3 tips that will actually help you with using AI, very simple tips. First one is context usage. I think the simplest way to explain context usage is imagine having a conversation with a friend that just drags on for 1-2 hours. You're talking about American politics, petrol prices, you're talking about Roman history, and then at the end, your friend hits you with, how was your day? You're like, what? We just had a 2-hour long conversation, and now you're, I went to the shops, I got some petrol, I couldn't get dinner tonight, but essentially you're scattered, there's too much information that you're holding in your active memory, I believe is the technical term. And AI, interestingly, operates very similarly to a human. So you're going to get the best responses from AI when you just ask it to do stuff and just maintain one topic and make it short. So if you are going between topics or projects, make it in a new window or a new chat. Okay, the second tip is plan things out twice, execute once. AI is programmed to be as helpful as possible, and a sort of bug or what ends up happening in reality is you'll ask AI maybe to help you with something, and then bang, it's like an over-enthusiastic junior employee. It's just going to take it and run, and it might pop out great results, but probably it will pop out 80% results, and you'll have to go and change them. So you'll save yourself a lot of drama, headache, tokens, and context from before. You'll keep the conversation shorter if you plan things out twice, 3 times. And so I just mean plan it out, then double check the plan, make sure you're happy with the plan, then move forward. And that will save you so much. I wish someone told me that earlier. So if you think of woodwork, measure twice, cut once. Same goes with Claude. Plan twice, or any AI. Plan twice, execute once, as much as possible. And thirdly is experience. The fastest way to learn anything is to just do things with it. You can watch lots of videos about AI and how to use Claude, and they're great, but there is only so much content that you can absorb. The real skill is learning how to use Claude to get your desired outputs, because you can watch videos and you'll go, oh yeah, that looks easy. And then you start doing it with your actual projects, and you'll probably find there's a few things that are difficult to do, but with a bit of practice in terms of getting Claude to do the things you want, it will give you the good outputs. And so that's learning, and that all comes down to experimenting and using it, even if it is going to be a little bit slower at the start than doing it yourself manually. Anyway, if you got to the end of the video, thank you, big legend. You're probably watching this 7 years from when I first posted it, but hey, we all start somewhere, right? So yeah, I'll see you next time.